So today we start off with the sum function. So if you look at this data set here, we said the sum function is categorized under Excel maths and trigonometry function. Sum of cells that are supplied as multiple arguments. This is the most popular and widely used function in Excel. Okay. So if of course it's a very simple function. If I tell you to get me the sum of the amount of products that were sold within these countries in 2017 and 2018, it's just very easy to say some, get this like this, you get it done. Then you move it to the next row. That is sum for you. Then the average, yesterday we did sum if. So someone can say sum if, sorry, sum this guy to this guy, comma, if the product is up to 500,000, if the product is up to 500,000. So sorry. Okay. If
The greater sign.
yes, sorry. If the product is greater than yes or equal to 500,000, I was missing that. Sorry. So for average, say average this guy, then we get the average. And average this guy too, get the average. Remember, you can also say average. Now, the count function is used to count the number of data that you have. Yesterday, I talked about it in passing. The count function allows you to count, but the count only works for numerics. It works for numbers. So if you have a missing data anywhere, that's a blank cell. Or if you have an alphabet variable, just like this, it will not count it. See what I'm saying? Example, if you want to know the number of data that is contained here, you can say equal to count. You highlight this. You will see that this is 10, this is 10, this is 10. It didn't count this because these are not numerics. So you counted this, the number of rows here, that's 10. Number of rows here, 10. It gave us 30. But the CountA function will include alphabet. Example, when you say CountA, this is it. And you do exactly the same thing. You see that it will count 10, 10, 10, 10, which is 40. So that is the difference between count and CountA. So the Excel CountA function returns the count of cells that contains numbers, text, logical values. CountA does not count empty cells. So that is the difference. Now, these are simple, just very simple functions that we usually use. The maximum function, of course, if you want to get what is the maximum value here, What is the maximum amount in 2017? And simply say max, like this. This is the maximum. This is the maximum too for this cell. So that's your maximum function. It returns the highest value. And for minimum, remember, this maximum does not have any business with cells that contain text. It's only for numerics. So you say minimum this and minimum this. All right. So we go straight forward to the if function. Yesterday I talked about it a bit, or we practicalized it a little, but I want us to look at both if and nested if at the same time. So the if value, as I said, is used to place a conditional statement. You must always have true and a false result. One condition must be true, the other condition will be false. So it's a logical function. So someone can say, remark, sorry. Someone can say, let me copy this. Remark 2017. Remark 2018. So we want to say if this sales we had in this country for a country that has sales greater than 1 million, let it be profit. But if a country that has sales less than 1 million, let it be loss. So this is a conditional statement. So I will say equal to if this guy is greater than or equal to 1 million. This 1 million is 7012. You don't add comma when you are dealing with numerical value. But when you add comma, what separates a true and a false argument is comma. So if you come here and say 1 million like this, that is wrong. That is wrong. Except we assume that the the function, the two functions that you are dividing with. So if put the values like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Call it profit. Otherwise, let it be lost. So this is it. So this guy made a loss. This country made a loss. Afghanistan made profit. Albania made loss.
Please, Mr. Stom, I have a question, please.
Go ahead.
So in the 1 million, instead of 6 zeros, you use the 7.
Sorry. It's supposed to be, what I did was 10 million. It's supposed to be 6. Sorry. Sometimes
So I
money
just
figures
wanted to.
are not clear in my head. Yeah. It's 10 million, not 1. It should be 60.
Okay, no problem. All right, no problem.
So someone should do this for this year for me, 2018. So the same thing we did here. Remember, you can copy and paste the formula by using paste special. You can just simply say Ctrl C, Ctrl Alternate V, and paste the formula to here. So instead of redoing it all over again. So that is the if function for you. Now, let's go to some other type of if function. Assuming, for example, you have some students that wrote an exam. This is what is called in the two paper. This is their average. And then you want to grade them into pass and fail. Apart from giving them pass and fail, you want to also give them a grade using this criteria. Now you want to assign positions to them. How are you going to do this? Using the average. So anybody that scores 40 and above passed for the term, and anybody below 40 failed. So what function are we going to use, please? What function? Hello?
If that it will be
Okay.
if function.
Very simple. If this guy is greater than
Greater,
or equal
greater
to
or
4,
equals to.
what do we say? Pass. If not, fail. So that is it. Did we all get this? Very simple. Now, somebody wants to take it up further to assign grades to them based on this average. Or let me not use this average. Let me insert a new column here called total. So sum sum is okay. So these are their totals in this exam. So we want to use it to grade, to give them grades according to what we are saying. So whenever you have multiple criteria, that is more than 2, that is where you need to combine a lot of if functions. Multiple criteria that are more than 2. You don't only have 2 criteria, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you always start with the highest. You shouldn't start with this. You always start with the highest. You will say if this cell is greater than or equal to 90, give them a score of A. Sorry. Greater than that, this is 90 and above. So greater than or equal to 90, give them a score of A. Otherwise, bring in another if. If this M total greater than or equal to 80, comma, sorry, that should be command, comma, call them what? B. If this guy is still greater than or equal to 70, comma, call them C. Okay? Next if, so there should be 5 if functions here. If this guy is greater than or equal to 60, comma, call them T. And the last if. Remember, the last one, you're not going to write an if statement for it because that will serve as a false. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is true. So anywhere these values are not saved, it should be false. So this last one will serve as a false, the false argument. So the bracket I've opened here is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to close them 1, 2, 3, 4. That same way. So you can now apply them to all your cells. So nobody failed in this exam. Nobody even had, wow, everybody did well. Everybody did well. So that is
Please,
the function.
one question, please. One question, please. So the closing bracket should be
yes, should be the number of the open bracket. If you open 5 brackets, you should close it in 5.
okay.
So here I counted bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3, bracket 4. If not, the function will not run.
Okay. So at every if, there should be a bracket.
Yes, that's the principle. This is nested ifs. Combination of more than one if.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right. So I just hope that we got this. Just hope that we got this.
So the same formula can still be used for, assuming we don't want to grade it by A, B, or C. We can use the same formula for maybe first position, second position, or third position.
Aha.
Or will it be a different? Or will it?
So for position, what I want you guys to think. What do you think? How do we know the first position? How do we suggest? How do we tell Excel to call this guy first, call this guy second? What function are we going to use? What do you think? To say this guy had the first position, the other guy had the second, the other guy had the third.
It's like, so your network is not good.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Hello, please, can you hear me now? Sorry. Is it
Yes,
better?
yes, it's better, yes.
So I was asking us for the position. What do you think we should do to grade them into first position, second stuff? So of course, if you look at their total, if we look at using the average, this guy scored highest. Like that, like that, like that. So what do you think we can do to get this position? Well, what we can do here is to sort. What we can simply do is to sort according to total. So we are going to do custom sort. First of all, you are going to select the data so that we can see the student that had come to sort, go to custom sort. You sort by, if you want to use average to actually know who came. I think positions are given by average, not by total. I don't, whichever one. So I sorted from smallest to highest. So it's supposed to be the other way around. So custom sort value average largest to smallest. So according to what we have, this guy here, the first position. Like that. So Joseph came first, Samuel came second, Ogo, Ada, like that, Gabriel, like that. So if imagine that you're a lecturer in school and your students, you had tests, you had CAs, you had exams, you had so then you are told to produce a result sheet that will be uploaded to this university's software or university's learning management platform, and it must be done in Excel. Of course, you know Excel. This is the way it must be done so that it can be fused into the database of the, or whatever software they're using. So, and then you are given a format, or you are told to present to build your own format. So this is how you can do it. You understood how we graded into parts using the normal if function. Here we use the nested if, and here we sorted and we gave them their position, their respective position. So this is this for this. Let's go back to the page. Let's continue with our basic data function. I hope we all understood this. Any question there?
Please, can you do the position sorting again? I missed that. I didn't get it.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
But did you understand how we got the grades?
Yes, I'm all caught up to this point.
Okay. So we said.
Please,
So
sir, please, sir, can you explain the grade again?
Did you just come in? Victory, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
We've been looking for you.
Actually, I was resting.
Class again. Okay. Okay. So you said I should explain the grade again, right? This one.
Yes.
So I said these are students, paper 1, paper 2, average, total. So we want to determine their grades using their total. So how do we grade each person? That is called A, B, C. So before you do that, it's good you write out your criteria somewhere so that it will guide you. I would always write it out as a range. This is how I used to do, so it helps me. So depending on your school's criteria or whatever score they used to give A and B. Now, when you write it out, you will always start from the highest, please, so that you don't confuse Excel. So here we said it will take a lot of ifs because this will be true, this will be true, this will be true, this will be true, and the last one will be false. So you say if E2, which is Tim, had 78, so if his score is greater than or equal to 90, give him an A, comma. Remember always to where to put comma. This comma can cost you a lot. Say comma, we opened another if statement. And then if E2 is greater than or equal to 80, which means 80 to 90, give B. Sorry, 80 to 89, give B. Then we continued. I said, if the same guy, paraventure has 70 to 80 or to 79, give C. If the same guy has 60 to 69, because you can't include 70 is already here, give D. You get? Then this last one, any other thing that is apart from this, give F. So less than 60, whether you had 50, 40, all of them are here. And then when you are done with combining ifs, please, as much as you open the bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3, bracket 4, you will need to close it the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the rule in Excel. Do you get? So that is how we were able to create it. And then we dragged it down and we got it. So nobody failed, actually. Nobody had it. So, and we now said, how do we assign position to these students? If, for example, we want to give them position, if that is important. I said instead of using total, we are going to use average. But how do we now know who scored the first position? Maybe you have 1,000 students, 200 students, 500 students. You know that the data will be plenty. All you need to do is you need to sort. You need to sort them. You need to sort by average. So for you not to sort wrongly, the way I said yes, if you just come here and pick only average and go and sort it, is you have scattered the whole data. So you highlight everybody. Go to sort and filter here. Go to custom sort. Custom sort because you have a lot of variables here. Click on it and say sort by average. Sorry, sort by average, not total. From largest to smallest. Because it's the person that had the largest will be the first position. Sort by average. From largest to smallest. Once you do that, you already have C. 48.5, 47.5. So Joseph had the highest, followed by Samuel, followed by this. So can now say first position and drag it down. Sorry. So this is how it came about. This is how we came about the score.
Ms. Ashton, please, before we move forward, please, can you
Yes.
place your cursor on the fail or pass?
Okay.
Okay. So for the failed part, it's just any greater or equals to 40 is passed, and then anything less than that is failed.
Yeah. So I hope we've got this. This is a practical scenario. Hello, Victory, did you get it? Can I move on?
Please, I want to ask a question regarding the position.
Okay.
What if is it not possible to do it in any other way without sorting it first?
How will you assign positions if your data is not sorted? I want to know. If you have 1,000 of these students, after your whole calculation, the last thing you do is to sort. You must sort it.
Oh, okay.
There is no,
okay.
there is no particular function you can use to say, except you want to, because the positions will be 1, 1, 1, 1. It's not a range. I don't think it was a range. If you said if you have an average of 48 to 45 first, that one if can go. But this time around is a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 thing. So you must sort it. Must sort it.
All right, sir.
So let's move ahead. So we've looked at the if function and then the nested if function. So let's look at pay special. Yesterday we mentioned it. Paste spatial. So someone gives you a data set that has a lot of functions in it and tells you to reproduce it. And you find out that when you are copying and pasting, you are having errors everywhere. What do you do? So how do you paste the values of the data set? Carry this guy, Control C. Actually, we have 2 times 10. 2 times 10, 20. 4 times 10, 40. 6 times 10, 60. 8 times 10, 60. So we want to carry this and paste only values here. Say Control Alternate V, as I said yesterday, and we say values. You paste. Here we want to paste format. Format means whatever color that the cell has, it will paste here. Here, only values will paste. Now, see the difference. Control C. Control Alternate V. When you select format, you see, the values will not come with it, but the format of the cell will be pasted, not the values. Also, when you say formula, you want to replicate the formula here. You want to replicate it here. So that's simply 3 ways of pasting. Pasting formulas. And then you are getting the result here. This is 2 times 10, 20, 4 times 10, 40. This is 20 times 10, 200. So what is happening here is happening here. So those are the 3 ways of pasting. This one is the one that is always used. Values. Values, formats, and then formula. We touched on this yesterday. Also, we talked about transpose. We talked about transpose yesterday. So I want you to transpose this into these cells. I want you to transpose this into these cells. You say Control V, Control C, you paste that cursor here and say Control Alternate V. Because they are not values, you don't need to select values. Just simply say transpose. Then this is what you have. All right. That is transpose for you. Now let's go into much deeper things. Let's go into much deeper things. Yesterday I mentioned referencing. Yesterday I mentioned referencing. I said there are 3 types of referencing themselves: relative referencing, absolute referencing, and mixed referencing. So what does referencing mean? How do we apply it? So relative referencing, anytime you drag down, let's say quantity times price, that's total sales, and you drag down, what you are doing is relative referencing. You are taking the result of this cell relative to the, you are taking the results of this, you want to produce the results of this cell here relative to this, sorry, here relative to this. So that is the normal reference that you know. So we say this guy multiplied by this guy. Then we drag down, or we double click. This is a normal relative reference that you know. But if by any chance or any means I remove any of these cells in this their position, I remove any of these cells in this their position, you will see that this thing was scattered. Maybe I carry this 55 here and I bring it here. You see, this has gone to 0. So relative referencing is not enough when you are doing calculation. It's not enough. In short, it only serves if the data is properly arranged in straight columns and rows. But if the data you want to work with are in different columns or in different rows, how will you work with it? So that's where absolute referencing comes in. But before I come here, please, I need to show you guys something. That is what we call, remember yesterday, I said that rows are depicted by numbers, while columns are depicted by alphabets. So if I say C equal to C2, this is C2. This is cell C2. And so if I say $ C, sorry, if I say equal to $C2, it still means the same thing. Please get this. It still means the same thing. But it's now different interpretation. What I'm saying here is that I am locking. Oh my God. What is saying, I'm saying here is that I am locking the column and referencing the row. That is what $C2 means. Because C is column. This is column C. And the dollar is before C, not before 2. Sorry, this is a comment. But when I say okay, blocking column, and reference row 2. This is what it means. But when I say C $2, it means that I'm locking the row and what? Referencing the column. I'm locking the row. This C is not locked, so that's the column. But the row here is locked. Row 2 is locked. So any information that is in row 2 is not permitted to move. Any information in row 2 is not permitted to move. Now, what about if I have $C $2? What does this mean? Hello?
You're referencing both the column and the row?
No? Yes, I'm referencing about, okay, yeah, you're actually correct. So which one am I locking here? I'm locking the two of them, right? Hello, are you guys still here? Have you left me?
No. We're paying attention. We're paying attention. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So it means that I'm locking both the row and the column. So this is the basis of cell locking. This is the basis of cell locking. So whenever you see a $ before any border row or column, it means that that column is being referenced somewhere. That is why it is locked, so it doesn't move. Let me give us a practical example. In this place, we have some products that we are selling. And then we have old price. We used to sell them $55. But now our manager has said, no, please, all our products must or have increased by 5%. So this guy no longer 55. Of course, there's a 5% increase. So how do you apply it to this new price? How do you get the new price? What should it be? It should be old price. It should be old price plus old price times 5%. Am I correct? So old price plus the percentage plus this guy. That is what it should be. This is what it should be. So this guy plus the added percentage, which is this. Now, how do we translate this here? Say old price, which is 55, plus this again, multiplied by 5%. So what is the new price now? Hello? What is the new price?
$7.
Have you seen the increase? Hello?
Yes, yes.
This guy should respond to.
Yes, well,
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I'm saying yes.
5% increase, right? So now,
Yes,
what
yes.
you got here, let's try and replicate it here. So we drop it down. What can you see? What did you observe?
There's an
Hello?
okay, okay.
What did you observe?
Okay, you can hear you.
What did you observe?
There's an error. There's an error.
Error where
In
exactly?
that decimal.
No. I know there is an error, that's correct, but beyond the
in
error.
C,
Yes, go ahead, please. If you
Please
guys,
explain.
if you guys didn't
Explain.
identify, we remember here we said 5% increase of 55 of old price.
everything is the same thing, 64, 64, 49, 49, and then C8 has an error. So
Oh,
it did not take it's not working.
God bless
I know.
you.
Aside from that, others did not even take. Apart from apart from number 5,
Yes.
others still the same value. They did not add up the 5%.
So that is not what we are expecting. So what do you think that cost it? What do you think that cost it? Is because where we got the reference from is not the same, is far or is different from here. Had it been we had a column here where we have percentage rate increase, I would say 5%, 5%, 5%, we can now bring it down to all this. But because it is reference from somewhere, we cannot do it. So it's either we copy the formula and we start applying it to all the cells one after the other, which you don't have the time, you cannot do that. So what do you think we do?
Or you multiply the 5% already.
You say, or you do what? Or you start doing
Or
the
you just
manual.
multiply, or you just do the multiplication by 5% instead of referencing the
No. We want to use reference place. So what do you do? Let's see. So this is.
So instead of doing the F2, you can do multiply by 5% directly.
Wait. I know. But we want to reference this guy across board. That's why we are doing this exercise. So
Okay.
you are going to lock it. Eh? So let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Did it work out? No. I want us to
Still
just
did not
let's
work.
see. I still did not work out. So it means that we locked the wrong one. Let's lock the row and see. So what do you think now?
So the dollar sign will come
Yes.
before the
So what we did that we
the
locked row, we locked row 5. Sorry, row 2. This is row 2. Where the 5% is. So that a put applied to this, so that the columns can be changing. Remember, this is column. We are not changing. If you are changing it by row, then we'll lock the column. But because we've locked the row, the columns can now be changing. Remember what I said here? That if you lock the row, you can now reference the column. You now understand it. If you lock the row, you can now reference the column.
yes, 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 yes,
So
yes.
here we locked row 2 so that we can reference it across this column. That's the difference. When you lock a row, you reference it. When you lock a column, reference by row. We are still going to go to mixed reference. So I want you to please do this exercise yourself. Do it, please. So that I'll be sure that you got the concept. So practice it yourself. And
Mr. Chiso, please, I don't have the material for the exercise.
are you serious? I've shared. Like, sorry. Hi.
Okay. Check the
Oh,
chat. Check the chat.
I think he came late. Can somebody should be shared, please? I can't share them because they're open. Can somebody reshare? Please don't post it on the WhatsApp. Just share it here.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Hold on 1 minute. Okay, you can check the chat box now. Is there?
Okay, thank you. I've downloaded it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Just a minute, please. Okay, are we good to go now? Victor, have you gotten it? No, you have the files now.
Sorry, come again, Mr. Chisom. I didn't hear what you said.
I was asking the guy that was complaining. Has he gotten the files now?
Yes, yes, he confirmed it. Yes, yes, he has gotten
Okay,
it.
so did we practice this? Have we done it ourselves? How does it feel to lock a row? I hope you've learned that now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that next time, when you want to reference something that is not close by, you will ask yourself, how do you want to reference? If you are referencing across column, then you will need to lock the row. If you are referencing across rows, you need to lock the column. So a quick question, what about if I transpose this? What about if I transpose this like this?
The network is not good.
Hello? Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yes, yes, can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying, what about if we transpose this way? And then you are told to get a percentage rate increase. So are you going to apply the same formula? What do you think? This one now is across rows. So equal to old price, which is this, plus, open a bracket, this guy times 5%. When you take it across here, it will not work as usual. So what do? You introduce a dollar sign. That matter, we have is it before F or before 2?
Before 2.
Okay, let's try. Dollar sign before 2. Let's see if it will work. Did it work? Yeah, what did you lock? You locked the row 2. But did you see that it did not work? It's sure that you didn't get my gist. Please, this is how this thing, let me repeat it again. I know why I'm wasting time here.
Can't hear you.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Is my
Yes,
network?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No.
So
Your network is weak.
okay, I'm saying when you are referencing by row like this, remember we are referencing across row. You won't lock the row again now. What you will lock is the column. It's F that you will lock. Do you grab?
Okay, 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 okay. So the dollar sign comes before the.
Aha! You now get the gist. So this is the first one. If you leave the dollar sign, it means that you are locking. It means that you are locking the row, which you are also going to reference by row. That cannot go. So you remove the dollar sign here and place it here.
Before the. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So that you can now reference by row. You have locked the column. You can reference by row. So that's how it works. Because it's absolute referencing. Very, 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 very useful. You know, when you come to learn data analytics, they teach you things that You look, you think that they are very, very small, small things. But when you now enter the field, or when you are now a data analyst somewhere working with real data, you will need all these things. I'm telling you. Especially if you're a financial person, or when you want to do one or two things. So this is absolute referencing. So know when to lock the column and know when to lock the row, depending on which one you want to reference. Okay? So you have got it. So let's go to mixed referencing, where you are locking the two of them, both row and column. Let's see how it works.
Please, sir, your network is bad.
Are you serious? Is my voice cracking? Sorry, is my voice cracking? Hello, is my voice cracking? Huh. Guys, is my voice better now? Please.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, you can.
Yes.
So sorry, so sorry. I have up to 3 networks here. I'm just switching. Don't know. I've tried a lot of things to get a stable network. I have a router, I'm connected to all of them, but still, I don't know whether it's a change of weather because it's trying to rain here. So maybe the weather is affecting the networks. I don't know. Okay, so did we get the gist for absolute referencing? Any question here? Any question here? Can we move on?
This one is still not working. This one is still not working out.
He said this one is what? Not understood?
Not from my side, you can continue.
No. I don't want to continue, please. It's not the amount that of things that you are taught. It's the one that you can be able to do.
No, network is very
That's
bad.
data for you. What's your confusion? Ask me. The class is not plenty. You guys are very few. So, Ebuka, what's the confusion, please? You know, this is what you paid for. Ebuka, what's your question, please?
No, I don't have any question. I was just trying to inform you that your network is still not good enough.
Sorry, I have 3 networks here. I have a router. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's trying to rain. It's trying to rain. So maybe the networks are having issue. I apologize for that, please. But can you guys hear me now?